It helps to question everything. If you like debunking videos, please subscribe, like it, and share it. Thank you. Why did this door move? Suddenly, in the lower right-hand corner, a door opens. Who or what opened this door? And who or what closed it? I'm going to have to label this one as inconclusive because we don't have a large enough view of the area to see, it could be a little person that's opening it, could be a child opening it and closing. So I'm not convinced it's paranormal just because we can't see what's opening and closing this door. Is this chair possessed? At the end of this hallway, a chair suddenly slides from right to left. Was it pushed? Was it pulled on a string? I found this one interesting because he comes up on the left side of this chair, but he doesn't pass it on the left. He hears something further down the hallway, and he'll actually circle around the chair and go on the right side. And you see that light turned off. So now he's gone on the right side of this chair to look at that light and investigate that. Why didn't he move towards that light on the left side of that chair? Was there a string there blocking his way? Are we in Hogwarts, and is this a mountain troll? In the distance, we see this dark shape. Looks like it's sitting down. What is it? Is it dangerous? Is it demonic? A mountain troll? Or is it something else, like a human being in a costume? Is it a statue? Is it a water fountain? Is it actually moving? Or is it the camera moving so much that it makes it look like it's moving? I tried enhancing it as well as stabilizing it, but nothing really improved this footage. What closed this door? As the camera pans back to the right, we will suddenly see a door close seemingly by itself. Did a ghost close this? Or was a string used to close it? Could this also be a prank or a hoax of someone else closing it? I'm not convinced it's paranormal. What is this ghostly figure crossing this road? Suddenly we will see a ghostly figure on the left-hand side, but it looks like somebody is sitting on their shoulders as they cross the road. Or it's a dummy or mannequin on their shoulders. But is it a ghost? Or is it a prank? Or is it someone that is taking advantage of a low UR light that cannot reach that distance, and so it's just causing those figures to be ghostly, when in actuality it's a living person with some type of mannequin type thing on their shoulders. It's definitely creepy, but I don't think it's real. What is this small ghost? On the right hand side of our screen, we will suddenly see a small white figure coming from behind that shed. What is that thing? It's not a bug on a lens because it disappears behind whatever that item is. It's moving in a humanoid manner on 2 legs, not like an animal on 4. It is definitely interesting. I think it might be CG, but this is a cool one. Is this chair possessed? We will see this gentleman pick up a chair and set it down on the other side of the room. Then you will see him just watching the security cameras and not really paying attention to that chair. Now we see that chair is starting to move, but he doesn't initially notice it. And then when he does, he just starts staring at it like he's lost his mind. But he goes back to, I think he's eating now, and that chair keeps moving. And it's getting closer to him. And now he's noticed, and he's looking at the camera behind him because he's really startled now. Which I can't blame him, I would be a little freaked out too. But at any rate, he goes over and he moves it again, and he decides he's going to completely put it away. Most likely, he's got a string in his hands, and he's just using a string to pull that chair. So I think it's staged a hoax, unfortunately. A Ouija board causing trouble? Never heard of that. So their fingers rest on the planchette, which is normal. And so, don't know how much time is passing, but they just suddenly let go, and it moves on its own to say yes. So I don't know what question they asked, but they got a yes, and they're freaked out. Well, it's probably Steven Tyler saying, hey, don't turn me on my side like this. And he's just telepathically using a Ouija board to get that message across. Yes, it's rude to film yourself when there's a celebrity photo or poster behind you not hung up correctly. That will piss off the Ouija gods every day of the week. This is the upright position, says the Ouija board. Is a ghost on this swing? In the distance, we see this swing just going back and forth. But what's causing it to go back and forth? Is there a ghost moving it? So we see that it's not a stationary camera, it's actually a couple of people, and they're holding their phone or camera at this playground and this swing. I'm not seeing any wind in the trees swaying or any shadows caused by wind, so I'm not convinced it's a windy day causing this. Now it could be a trick or a prank where they're actually pulling it with a string, or off camera they're moving it on so it looks like there's a ghost there. I'm not sure on this one. Let me know in the comments below what you think. What is this freaky figure in the window? This window is on the second floor, and for whatever reason, we're seeing a figure outside of this window. What is going on? Are they there? How did they get there? That is definitely creepy. I am pretty positive this location is not Texas, because that person would not be on that windowsill for very long. And there's not much of a balcony or a step there outside that window, which is also tripping me out on this one. It is pretty creepy, that's for sure. I'm not sure why your window is open. Or it looks like your window is open with that sheet blowing in the wind. If you just captured somebody outside your window, why do you have your window open? Close it, lock it. 2, I don't see how anybody could perch out there, so how are they even out there? And C, is this possibly some type of a cardboard cutout that's just being dangled in front of this window from either the roof or the story above? Because I have to admit that outside of Texas, that might actually be a funny joke. Well, it would creep people out, but I mean, you'd have to have a really good friendship with that person upstairs. So I don't recommend you do it unless you're in a fraternity and you're trying to freak out your frat brothers. But Other than that, it's possible that's what's going on here, but the person in that room doesn't know that. What is this creepy peeping Tom? The dog will brush open these blinds, and on the other side of the window we see a very creepy face. Is it a bear? Is it an ape? Or is it a teddy bear? Or a stuffed animal? Could this be a stuffed bear or a stuffed animal or something of that nature that's sitting on the porch outside of this window that just so happens to be facing inwards because that's how the child left it? The fact that the dog is not barking at it, it's got to be something the dog recognizes. But it is incredibly creepy, but its face is too small to be an actual bear, unless it's a baby bear. But this could also be a zoo. And it could also be he's sitting on a porch. I'm not convinced it's a cryptid, but it is interesting. And we have another ghost swinging. Unlike the video earlier, in this case, only one of the swings is moving. The smaller swing with less surface area is not moving. Now, if you watch the TV show Fact or Faked, or Faked or Fact, they actually debunked this, where the larger swing has more surface area and wind can catch that and move that one versus the other one that doesn't have much surface area. I mean, they literally built a tent, put a bunch of industrial strength fans in there, and had them at an angle, and they recreated this exact same thing. But one of the things that happens in this video is the person that shows this to us starts pointing out a shadow behind the swing, and it almost looks like somebody's sitting in the swing. So if there is someone sitting there, and that's what's causing potentially a shadow, which I'm not totally convinced of, it could just be a simple computer glitch issue, either a data mage issue or your IR sensor issue. There could also be extra cable dangling from the swing that may be causing some of the shadow distortion that we're seeing. The ground could have a discoloration that is distorting the shadow. This could be a prank or a trick where there is something there, but it is camouflaged. Now, if there's no wind whatsoever, then this is a different story. But as it is right now, I'm not convinced it's paranormal. I just wish I had more view or a larger view of the area so I could see if it's a windy day, so I could see if there's a tree that's there that's also causing those shadow distortions. You can shop at echopearlcreations.com, which is the official website for Paranormal True or False. You can go to producerjimriley.com to learn more about the man that makes all the music for this channel. And again, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. Remember to question everything. Thanks for watching Paranormal, True or False.